I was just reading some of the comments and messages on one of my workout posts, and there was a little bit of a theme of how are you not in serious pain with your disc issue, with the no disc, with that L5S1 situation. Well, first of all, I've always got pain, y'all. I've always got pain, and lean in if you experience pain, because this is important to understand. So when I ruptured that disc 8 years ago, that was very, very painful. And I learned then when I had that rupture removed that I had to fully work on activating my core and my glutes to take that lower disc out of the equation, because my disc was L5S1. I really studied, I understood that if I can have strong glutes and strong core, I could basically take L5S1 disc out of having to do its job, if you can follow along there. So that's what I did for years and years and years. Now, there's a couple other components to pain. One is when we have pain, we have a lot of inflammation. So that's why I became hypervigilant on eating anti-inflammatory foods. That is why I talk about eating anti-inflammatory diets all the time. So what are some inflammatory foods? Sugar is very inflammatory. Grains can be very inflammatory, and so can dairy. So it's not that I never, ever, ever have those things. It's just very, very seldom because they will spike inflammation. So that's another thing. The next thing is to be really aware of the pain cycle. So when we're in pain and we do not move, we just lay around. That creates a pain cycle because a body in motion will stay in motion. So the very act of walking through the pain, working through it, gets you out of pain. So even if I'm hurting, I go walk. Even if I'm hurting, I go do my workout. If I sit a long time, the pain starts. So I've become very committed to most of the time standing when I work, and that gets me out of pain. So it's not that I magically just don't have pain. I work to not be in pain. So I am having my disc replacement in July, and I'm very hopeful that that's going to be a big shift for me. And I'm excited to seeing what that's like to just never have pain. But for those of you that say things like, I cannot work out, I have pain, I'm going to encourage you to rethink that. Rethink it, because we need to stay in motion to break through that.